Today I'm going to show you guys how to clean the outside of your vehicle with only 3 chemicals to do the whole outside. And we'll show you how to do it. Stay tuned. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Premier Auto Detailing. And today we are going to be heading over to a maintenance customer. We do the inside of his vehicle every 2 weeks. And occasionally the outside. The weather has been terrible here in Arizona, so we're going to do the outside today as well. And I'm going to show you guys how you can do the outside of your vehicle or any vehicle with just 3 chemicals. We're going to do a DIY rinseless solution to pre-soak the vehicle, kind of pre-treat it, get some of the really nasty stuff loosened up and started to break loose. We're going to use P&S Brake Buster on the tires and wheels, and then we are going to use DIY products, Incredible Suds and a foam cannon, and get it all cleaned up. So we'll take a drive and check back with you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, we're here, so let's take a look and see what we got. The dreaded plastic / carpet fender wells everybody hates. They're terrible to clean. This customer works out at the mines, so a lot of the times his truck isn't too bad, but you know, the normal sling, a lot of dust, a lot of dirt. We try and keep it clean for him. So here you can see we are going through doing a pre-spray with the DIY Detail rinseless wash. It really helps to kind of break everything down and get the cleaning process started. It's very cost effective to use as well. It is about 1 ounce per gallon, so it goes quite a long ways. I just fill it up in a DeWalt 2-gallon pump sprayer and kind of go around the whole vehicle and spray everything. Some of the spots that are a little bit heavier, I go back through and treat a second time, or make sure I treat, you know, a little heavier than the rest. I also kind of spray down the tires, wheels, and go through and do the inner fenders as well. I said everybody hates cleaning those. They're kind of terrible. It's just the way that it is. But as you can see, it's already kind of starting to work a little bit. It's kind of breaking everything down a little bit, especially on the bottom of the passenger side front door. You can see when I hit it again with some solution, it already starts to flush some of the dirt off of the panel without me having to touch it and without me having to put a lot of pressure onto it. Okay, here we're actually getting the pressure washer out and gonna foam down the tires and wheels. I use P&S Brake Buster a lot of the time. It's mixed in a foam cannon, somewhere about 4:1 for dilution. Basically I just started doing it this way. It's much faster, easier. You get a really good thick application on there, as you can see, and I don't use hardly any product by doing it this way, so it makes it very cost effective. I also spray down the inner fender wells if they're very dirty, especially on a vehicle like this where it's been on a lot of dirt roads, some off-road type stuff. It starts the process of kind of breaking that down a little bit. They're just kind of a pain. Everybody always calls them carpeted. It's actually a type of plastic, but it's carpet-like. It's kind of what everybody assumes that it is, but it definitely does make the cleaning process and that a whole lot easier. Here I'm just going through cleaning the tires first. I like the Adams tire brush. I've been using it for quite a while. I also use the Wheelmaster, I think that's the name of it, Wheelmaster. I'll put the link in the description. It's the brush, that long red and black brush that gets down in between the spokes and cleans the barrel, the inside barrel, much easier. I have a separate wash mitt that I usually just use for tires and wheels. Got a Detail Works, one of their large detail brushes that works really good around the lug nuts and inside the cavities around the lug nuts. And then also a just a green soft brush for the outside rim face as well. Once I'm done cleaning it, I like to go through and spray soap on it. It kind of flushes it a little bit, and that way I don't have to worry about it drying out. Like I said, I'm in Arizona, so everything tends to dry really quickly. It's pretty cool out today, so that really wasn't much of an issue, but it just helps with the cleaning process a little bit as well. And then we'll just go through and repeat the same thing on the other tires and wheels. Once we have all the tires and wheels clean, it's time to foam it up. And we are using DIY Incredible Suds. I've been using this stuff for a few weeks now. I gotta say I really like it. One of the things I do really enjoy about it is the fact that it's not terrible to rinse off. I've used different snow foams, different companies, and a lot of them seem to leave a residue. Even if you don't overuse the product, it's just very thick. It's like a film that's on the vehicle after, and it dries so fast for where I am that it's kind of complicated. It's kind of a pain. But the DIY detail products, I have not had that issue with Incredible Suds so far. I really like it. It foams up really well. You only use about an ounce, I think it is, in a foam cannon, and as you can see, you get really good foam out of it, and the cleaning power, it just seems to work well. And then here we're just still doing the wash, light contact, no pressure at all really. I'm just holding the wash mitt enough to keep a hand on it. As you can see, I walk off screen. I'm using quite a few wash mitts. I actually am using some microfiber towels later in the video because I ran out of clean wash mitts. You can either rinse them off if you have a bucket of DIY rinseless wash. You can dunk them in there, rinse them off against a grit guard, or usually I just carry quite a few, so I just grab another one and then clean them all when I get home. That's kind of what you can see here. I'm actually holding one in my hand as one that came out of a bucket, so it's saturated really well with rinseless wash, so I don't have to worry about it causing any marring or scratching or anything. It's clean, it's fresh, it's ready to go. I'm actually just carrying it around because I know that as dirty as this truck was, and with the sun shining on the white, I know there's going to be spots that I missed. So while I'm rinsing it, I can use that clean wash mitt to kind of touch up anything that I may have missed while I was doing my first initial contact wash. And you can see here the tires and wheels come out really well. Everything is really clean. The inner fender wells, I never even scrubbed them or put a brush on them. Those things, the more time you spend on them, it's like the dirt never ends. It keeps coming out of the material. It's just the way they're made, and everybody hates them. But just by flushing them with water and kind of pushing from the top down, you'll get the majority of it, and it looks really clean. It is clean. And you know, you don't want to waste an hour trying to clean those, especially for a customer like this where he's, you know, in 2 days gonna have this truck back on the dirt roads again. So we're just getting everything rinsed off for the final time. At this point, really your truck's clean. All you got to do is dry it off and you're good to go. Dress the tires and inside the fender wells, any of the trim, and that's it. For this customer, we're actually going to go a little bit further, and we're going to use quick beads from DIY detail products. You spray it on, it's water activated, so you spray it down towards the bottom, more so on the panels. It doesn't take a whole lot, you know, 2, 3, maybe 4 sprays on you know, a panel. And at that point you want to flush it with water, and you actually want to spray from the bottom up. That way you spread the product around. Like I said, it's water activated, so you can see there's really not a whole lot of water beading. And as soon as it starts moving around, it's crazy how well this stuff works. You can see the water beading and the water starting to just sheet right off the truck. I really like this stuff. It's great. I can't say enough good things about it. Here's a cool little trick. You can actually mist this through your pressure washer and use that to disperse the product onto the vehicle. I don't do it often, and it's not something I would want to do for the whole vehicle. I feel like you're going to really waste product and you're going to overuse it. It's not going to get an even spread. But on somewhere like in the middle of the hood where, you know, I just couldn't reach very well and it was super windy out, doing it that way actually helped and just got that little area that I couldn't reach, and that the wind was kind of blowing the actual product back at me. Alright, we got it all clean and protected. Now I'm going to dry it off, and then I will show you guys how I install the tire dressing, as well as the inside of the fender wells and all of the black plastic trim around the bottom, around the front of the vehicle as well. It's a really fast, easy, efficient way to get it done. Alright, so it's time to get everything dressed. All of the black plastic trim, the undercowling in the front end, the black trim around the running boards, the tires, the inside fenders. I use the same product for all of it. I'm sure there's other ones you can use, but I've had really good luck with Chemical Guys VRP, their vinyl rubber plastic. I mix it down with distilled water, deionized water at about 4-to-1, 5-to-1. And put it inside of a small spray paint gun that you can buy at Harbor Freight for about $15. Running at about 55 psi on my compressor, and it gives you really good self-leveling protection and adds some shine. It's also great for your inner fender wells. Once you do get them clean, like I said, the black really pops. It looks really good. The other part of it is it actually helps so that some of the mud and dirt doesn't stick to them as much. So the next time you go to clean it, it's actually a little bit easier to clean. Here you can kind of see I'm zoomed in a little bit, and it's super fast, super easy. You use very little product. I can't remember exactly how many ounces the container is on the top of it. I want to say it's 1.5 ounces, 2 ounces, something like that. And I used, I think, 1.5 of those to do the entire outside of the vehicle. It also works great on inside trim as well. Any of the black plastic, black floor mats, anything like that. It self-levels out. It dries. It doesn't stay greasy or tacky. It's a water-based product, so it just works really well, and it doesn't seem to attract much dust from my experience. So if you guys like watching these type of videos, you want to learn how to clean your vehicle, you know, what some of the tips and tricks are, go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button, and it really helps our channel grow. That way you know when we post a new video, and you guys can follow along and, you know, see how we do things. And how do you like to do it? Leave a comment down below and let us know what you think. I'll also have in the description all of the chemicals and products that we use, as well as some discount codes for some of the companies that we're set up with for affiliate links. That way you guys can save some money as well and check them out on your own. And as you can see, we are done with this vehicle. It is clean, protected, dried, ready to go. And look at the gloss down the side of that thing, the reflection on this truck. It's just great compared to what it looked like, you know, an hour before. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next video.